Hey guys, it's Lemmingrush, and today we're going to be watching a replay of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's going to be playing in his T54, so this is a tier 9 medium tank. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game, so there's that. And he's a friend of mine. He's also in the same clan, so liable insults. He's got 3,700 recents. He's shit. He's a pretty terrible player, but basically this replay is going to be highlighting the use that he puts to the center of this map. So he's going to be using the center of this map to great effect, and like, in my opinion, that's where this map is at. So in Gold League, which is basically the tournament that I play this game for money, in Gold League on this map, the key area is the center, and that's because it controls the map. Now in Gold League, there's two cap circles. There's one here and one here. But it's the same idea in this game mode. You want to control the center, because the center controls generally the whole map. Like, if you control this area, you can basically farm a ton of heavies. You're going to see him do that. And then also, you'd never want to, once you win the center, once you win over here, you basically control the rest of the map. So the 1-2 line is going to be below you, you're going to be hauled down to them, and you're going to be on advantage. So you want to win the center, then you want to win sort of this northern B6, B7 area. Then once that's done, you can go and basically rape the 1-2 line. So that all sort of has to happen. Like, for that to happen, you have to control the middle. So he's going to do that. You can see he's already gotten like 3 shots off, which is pretty good. So he's done like 600 damage. He didn't send me the end plates. I just know he got 7 kills. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Like, this is an outstanding game, and it really showcases the use of the center. So they've got 2 tier 9 TDs, 2 clickers basically, and they're both really hard hitting, so it doesn't really matter what tier they are. If they hit him, it's bad. And he's basically, like, in my opinion, he should be moving around all the time, and he's basically doing that. He gets clicked at one point in this replay, but he still manages to make it through, which is pretty cool. So you can see he's moving around. That's just him getting RD safe. He's going to pop around. You can see he's looking to probably engage that 1375. He has to watch for these 1390s and the 12T up there. He misses, well, the 1375 gets away first, so now he's going to pop around here, and you're going to see him use this ridge to basically be hull down. Like, the way he uses it is really, really strong. He's showing a very angled frontal plate, and the ridge is going to be hiding his hull. So the Tiger P really has nothing to shoot at, the turret or the frontal, like a very angled frontal plate. So he's in a very strong position right now. The Tiger P realizes that, backs off, and he's just going to sort of play around here. So right now, Fresh Prince notices the Tiger 2 flanking him. I will note, like, he's got a wicked situational awareness. Like, it's pretty incredible. Puts a shot into the Tiger 2. I think that penned the side of his turret. I don't really know. Couldn't really tell. It doesn't really matter. He penned the shot. This T54 mod 1 just gets set on fire, though, and he's about to die. So Fresh Prince wants to try to help the Tiger 2, also the 54 mod 1, and kill the Tiger 2. Notices the 12T coming around. I probably wouldn't have noticed that until the 54 mod 1 died, so that's pretty incredible. Puts a shot into the ass of this Tiger 2. And now he's just going to basically circle the dude. So the Tiger 2 manages to pen his turret, which is pretty incredible in my opinion. You can see, like, right there is where he pens. That's basically where you want to shoot the T54 in the turret, but he's just circling him. Manages to get the kill, which is pretty awesome. And now, if I were him, I'd be hugging that building, because I'd be trying to get as RD safe as I possibly could. You can, in a second, you'll hear an RD shell come in, probably behind him. Let's listen. Yeah, there we go. There's the clicker. Yeah, so I would have been hugging that building really, really hard. It's not that big of a deal, though. Right now, Fresh Prince is the most aggressive player on his team. You can see he went to the middle, which is basically somewhere you have to go no matter what your team is like. If you lose the middle, you lose the game. So he went there, which is the good play. And now he's basically alone. You can see there's an ISU way back here, but there's no one really else there. Right now, in my opinion, he should be focusing down the Tiger P, because he's a one-shot. It's good to minimize the amount of guns shooting at you. Fresh Prince gets clicked, 1390 shooting at him as well. Pershing ends up finishing off the Tiger P. Now he's going to go for this Stir and Mill. So, in my opinion, he makes a bit of a mistake here. His gun depression sort of fails him, and he ends up taking a hit. He should have just gone to the left like he is now, and not tried to play gun depression games in a T54. So what he did is he used this ridge here, he drove on it, and that basically made his gun depression too little. Basically fucked him over. He should have just driven a bit more around. He still would have been hull down, he still would have been able to angle his hull, and maybe he would have saved some HP, which, you know, he's now a one-shot for the Conway and the Tortoise, as well as the Artie, so he has to be very careful. He's a 2-shot for the 1390. which is basically, in my opinion, the biggest threat. But there's a full HP Tortoise, and he's actually a huge threat as well. So he managed to get the track shot on the Tortoise. That's a pretty good shot, in my opinion. Yeah, that was wicked, actually. And he's just going to sort of, you can still, you can see he's playing the middle. Like, this middle is really important. The only time the middle really fails is if you lose the 9 line. So typically on this map, what happens is you'll win the middle, you'll push around, you'll kill the 9 line, or they'll win the 9 line and push around and flank you. So there's sort of like 2 options. Basically, no one went 9 line, so it wasn't really a big deal. Like, that Tiger went alone on the 9 line, and he got wrecked for pushing through. So there's that. You have to win on either side of this map. You have to win here or here before you can push the 9 line, because otherwise you'll be caught in a crossfire from the guys in the middle and over here. So, like, basically, like, if one guy's right here on the minimap and there's people here and here, he's screwed. So you can't win the 9 line unless the middle has cleared out the campers, basically. Alright, so he's putting shots into this Black Prince, that's good. The Black Prince is a 3-shot, so he's just going to finish him off here, basically. Manages to get the track shot, which is pretty epic. And he's just going to sort of DPM him down. The Black Prince ends up going unlit. He's going to take the shot anyway, and of course, like, the Black Prince is tracked, so he's not going anywhere. Tortoise is right there. Fresh Prince makes the correct decision, in my opinion, and not poking on the Tortoise. Tortoise ends up killing the T55 too, which sort of sucks. And now there's an ISU, who's basically gonna be alone against this Tortoise, because what Fresh Prince decides to do is the correct play. He's gonna go and try to pincer this dude, and the reason he can do that is because there's no one over here to counter him. So he's gonna make that play. If there was someone in B6, B7, C7, it wouldn't work, but there isn't, so he can definitely do that. One thing he does have to keep in mind, though, is the 1390. What I would have done in this situation is I would have gone and killed that 1390, because I don't want him hanging off these hills and clipping me out. Like, Fresh Prince is a 2-shot for him, so he has to be mindful of that. He's gonna push up, he thinks the Tortoise is in the middle, and he sort of gets surprised here. I would have been surprised too. The Tortoise made a really good play and decided to back off. He gets a bit lucky here. The Tortoise bounces off of him. Pretty sure that hit his turret though, so I guess it actually just hit there. I think that's where it hit him, so he did get pretty lucky with that bounce. It's not that big of a deal, you know. Everyone gets lucky maybe once a game, so there's that. He's just gonna have to back off, because you can't fight a TD in a head-on heading. Like, you can't charge the front of a TD. It's just not smart. Better to take advantage of the fact that TDs have low view range and no turret than to just try to attack one in the front. So what Fresh Prince is going to do is he's going to go and kill that 1390, because he can't, like, it was a risky play for him to go around like this, but he definitely can't go into the open, because that 1390 would just pick him apart. So he's going to go kill that 1390. This is definitely the right play to be doing. Yeah, so he's just going to drive up here and kill the 1390. One thing he has to be careful of when going to the hill, though, is he has to sort of watch, because sometimes people from back here will have shots. So he's driving up here. He didn't get spotted, so he's safe. He might also get RD'd here. There might also be someone at the donut, but we have the T69 there, so it's safe for him to do that. But just to put it into context, if you're ever going up here, make sure they have no one at the donut, and make sure there's no one pre-aiming you who's back here. So, yeah. Alright, so now he's controlling the hill. He's just sort of sitting there. He has to be mindful of Artie. He got unlit, and he basically just hugged these hills here to get Artie safe, which is a good play. Now he's just going to take advantage of the hill and shoot at this Tortoise. Alright, so he has shots. Let's go into his mode. He's sniping him. I've put it into ×2 because the T69 doesn't spot him. He asks the T69 to please spot. He says light please in chat, and 69 sort of takes a while to do it. Unfortunately, so I'm just going to watch it in ×2. It says light Tortoise, the 69 does, and he manages to get the kill on the Tortoise. Now, they have an Artie left, and the Artie just shot, and the reason I could tell is because that 69 just took 800 damage. The AT-15 obviously doesn't do that. Now, the 69 is taking hits from, well, he got hit for 200, so you can assume that's the AT-15, because Artie just shot, and the AT-15 gets lit. So, at this point, the AT-15 has been camping the one line all game, basically. You're going to see Fresh Prince basically use the upper cliff to its advantage. Like, once you control this cliff, you win the game, because anyone below you is at a disadvantage. So he's going to basically be held down against this AT-15, and it's not really going to be a competition. One thing he does have to be careful about, though, is the AT-15 shooting gold and penning his turret. The turret on this thing isn't the strongest, so that might be a possibility. And the AT-15's DPM is pretty high, so yeah. He's going to put the kill shot into this dude in a sec. I think he bounces this shot. And then he's going to get the kill shot. So the T54's unlit, but he's probably not moving, so he's going to pre-aim here. Well, he aims and blind fires and gets the kill. So that's the game. Basically, I wanted to feature this one because it basically highlights exactly how to play Cliff. Doesn't really matter what tier this is at. You want to be winning, like the key section to this map is right here. Once you've won here, you kill these dudes, then you can push around, kill the 9 line, or vice versa. Like if you're on the other side, it works too. So on this map, it's very important to win the middle. Once you've won this upper cliff, you can basically farm anyone down low. Like anyone who goes down low, nothing ever happens there because there's bushes and stuff. TDs just camp on that line. It never really works out. So if you want to play to win, you should definitely be playing the middle. That also farms win 8 a lot, but I prefer to play to win. So you should play in the middle of the map no matter what your goal is. It's a very strong position. Just be mindful of Arty and basically light tanks keeping you proxy lit like that 12T and 1390 works. Yeah. Hopefully this replay was helpful. This bot didn't send me the end plates, so I can't feature those unfortunately, but he almost ran out of ammo. Like he shot 28, like he shot like 30 shells, so pretty good game. In my opinion, doesn't matter the damage. The fact that he played the middle won him that game, so I just wanted to showcase that. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later guys, bye-bye.